Hello and welcome to today's episode of the Business Valuation Insights podcast. I'm your host, Eric Jordan, certified personal property appraiser. And today we're focusing on a critical topic for property owners, landlords, and business operators in Ottawa: asset valuation and business valuation reports. If you're a property owner, business owner, or even a potential buyer, this episode is for you. We'll be walking through a real-world example of an asset valuation, explaining why it's essential, how it's done, and the role that comprehensive business valuation plays when evaluating both tangible and intangible assets. I'll also be sharing how my proprietary 25 factors affecting business valuation methodology ensures nothing is missed in your valuation report. Imagine this scenario. A commercial property owner in Ottawa recently regained possession of a fitness center space that had been leased for 15 years. It's a familiar story for many landlords. The original operator had been running the fitness center successfully for years. However, when the operator's son took over, the business began to falter. The son failed to pay rent for the past 8 months, and the property owner was left with no choice but to reclaim the space. Now, the property owner plans to release the space to a new tenant. But before that can happen, there's an important step that must be taken: asset valuation. Why? Because when a tenant leaves behind equipment, furniture, and fixtures, the landlord needs to determine their fair market value. Should the assets be sold off, reused for the next tenant, or included as part of a new lease agreement? Each option comes with different financial implications. Knowing the fair market value of the tangible assets on site allows the property owner to make informed decisions and negotiate effectively with the next tenant. But it doesn't stop there. In addition to evaluating the tangible hard assets, there's the matter of assessing the value of the business as a whole. Why is this necessary? Because the fitness center's operational value is a combination of tangible, hard assets and intangible assets like its client base, operating processes, and operational scalability. While the equipment may have a clear resale value, the business's intangible elements can add considerable value if sold as an operating entity. This is where my proprietary 25 factors affecting business valuation methodology becomes critical. Unlike traditional approaches that focus on asset, market, and income approaches, my method takes a comprehensive view of a business's value by incorporating 25 specific factors that influence valuation, such as client base, processes, R&D, and the terms of the lease. This ensures that both the tangible and intangible aspects of the business are captured. Now, let's talk about the tangible side of the valuation process. What exactly is an asset valuation? Put simply, an asset valuation is the process of determining the fair market value of an asset. In this case, it's the value of the fitness center's equipment, furniture, and fixtures. The goal here is to establish what these assets would sell for under normal market conditions, not at liquidation prices, but as part of an ongoing, functional business. To give you a better picture, let's think about the specific types of equipment typically found in a fitness center: treadmills, elliptical machines, stationary bikes, free weights and dumbbells, resistance machines, furniture like reception desks, chairs, and lounge seating. Each of these assets has its own value, which is influenced by its condition, age, and usefulness. For example, a 10-year-old treadmill with heavy wear and tear won't have the same value as a 2-year-old treadmill that's been well maintained. To determine fair market value, each item is inspected, and the 5 senses inspection report is often used. This method involves assessing the equipment through sight, sound, smell, touch, and in some cases, taste, though that's less relevant here. Each sense helps evaluate the condition of the equipment. For example, sight. Are there visible signs of wear, rust, or damage? Sound. Does the treadmill sound smooth when in operation, or does it squeak or rattle? Touch. Are the seats and pads on the resistance machines still firm and intact? This five senses inspection approach provides a clear, defensible analysis of each asset's condition, supporting the valuation process. The final valuation will outline the assets in place value for the tangible equipment, furniture, and fixtures, assuming each item is in working condition and being used as part of normal operations. Why does fair market value matter? If the property owner decides to release the space, they may choose to include the equipment as part of the lease agreement. Having a clear, fair market value allows them to negotiate rent accordingly. If they decide to sell the equipment, they have a reliable estimate of its value to market to potential buyers. Next, let's turn to the valuation of the business as a whole. Unlike asset valuation, which focuses on tangible items, business valuation takes into account the value of the business's intangible assets. This is where the 25 factors affecting business valuation methodology comes into play. These 25 factors go beyond the basics and include elements such as client base. Does the fitness center have a strong, loyal membership base? Processes, procedures, and systems. Are there operational systems in place that ensure smooth day-to-day management? Management capability and workforce. Could a new owner step in and run the business effectively? Lease terms. Are the lease terms favorable to a new owner, or are they restrictive and expensive? All of these factors affect the overall valuation of the fitness center as an operating entity. If a new buyer is interested in taking over the fitness center as a turnkey business, they'll be purchasing more than just the equipment. They'll be buying access to a client base, established operational systems, and ideally, a smooth transition into ownership. So, as we've seen, asset valuation and business valuation go hand in hand. The tangible assets, such as equipment and furniture, are only one part of the picture. It's the intangible value drivers, like the client base, operational systems, and market position, that truly shape the valuation of a business. When landlords or business owners take possession of a space with leftover assets, it's essential to have both an asset valuation and a business valuation performed. Whether you're looking to sell, release, or reestablish operations, these valuations provide clarity, support negotiations, and ensure you're making decisions based on fair market value. If you'd like to learn more about asset valuations, business valuations, or the 25 factors affecting business valuation methodology, check out my website at pin.ca. You can also get in touch with me directly for consultation or valuation services. Thank you for tuning in to today's episode of Business Valuation Insights. Be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share this episode with anyone who may need insight into asset or business valuation. Until next time, I'm Eric Jordan, your guide to smart, accurate business valuations.
Pin.ca